with Sean Grech.
After Thursday, I will no longer be Ontario's Premier.
With just days to go before Ontario heads to the polls, the race for the Premier's office has completely changed. Liberal leader Kathleen Wynne acknowledges the election has been lost in what political experts calling a stunning, unprecedented move. Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with the political bombshell felt across the province. Kathleen Wynne made an impromptu morning announcement conceding defeat, but still appealing for Ontarians to stop the Tories and the NDP from winning a majority government. CTV's Colin DeMello reports. You're looking at a live shot of Highway 400 southbound at Bayfield, where, as you can see, lots of families from the city are making their treks back home. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The mass exodus down Highway 400 is underway as families get ready to return to work and school tomorrow morning. And while it's all over now, this long weekend was a welcome one for most of us after a long and cold winter. For more, let's go live down to CTV's Mike Arcelides, who did a tour of some of our hottest tourist destinations today. Mike. Tony, the 30-year-old mother and her 2-year-old daughter were transported back to RVH today from a Toronto area hospital. We now know the condition of the mother has changed from critical to stable, and the 2-year-old girl has since been released from hospital. But what we still don't know is why this carbon monoxide leak happened.
What we know so far is this morning Barrie Fire were called to a house in Barrie. Now, when they arrived, they found 3 people, a 10-month-old and a mother unresponsive, and a 3-year-old was awake but suffering from signs of carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, they were all rushed to a local hospital, but as far as we know at this point, the mother has been airlifted to a Toronto area hospital. I'm also at the scene right now, and police are still here investigating, Barrie Police, of course, and Enbridge Gas is also here on scene. The coroner was here as well, but left the scene and wasn't able to confirm more details for us. But however, fire officials say the home was found to have higher than normal levels of carbon monoxide, and they also say that there were carbon monoxide detectors in the house but were not sounding when they arrived here at the scene.
Catherine, one of the truck drivers involved in the crash has now been charged with careless driving. Police say the driver of the northbound transport truck lost control of the vehicle and wasn't driving according to the weather conditions today. People in this community, in this low-lying community, do tell me that they are very reliant on the town of Innisfil to pump the water into Lake Simcoe. Now, crews do tell me that the pumps will remain in place until water levels recede below the culvert, but that could be a number of days as there is more rain in the forecast. Reporting live in Innisfil, I'm Sean Grech. Tony, back to you. Benjamin Dunn was just one of 3 people who were killed in Tuesday night's fiery crash on the 400. And tonight we hear from his wife, who says she doesn't know how she's going to raise her 9 children alone. But today, Doug Ford's team told us that Ford wants to speak personally with Patrick Brown before he comments or makes any kind of decision. Brown is currently in Florida, and it's unclear how soon the two may speak to figure out whether those nomination papers will get signed. Sean Grech, CTV News, Barrie. Tony, Barrie City crews are ready to combat the snow, and as you can see behind me, it has already started. I'm told the city is planning to dispatch 12 to 14 salt trucks and 14 sand trucks.